China is flexing its sea power like never before. It has officially commissioned its most advanced aircraft carrier yet, the Fujian, a colossal warship that marks a leap in China's military modernization. Alongside this, China has also unveiled a new drone carrier in a message to the world that the future of warfare at sea may no longer depend on ships and sailors, but also on machines. The Fujian is China's third and most formidable aircraft carrier. It was commissioned this week in Henan, the island that faces Taiwan, in a ceremony personally presided over by the Chinese president, named after the province across the Taiwan Strait. The Fujian is a symbol of both technological ambition and also political intent. This is not a refurbished Soviet ship, unlike China's first carrier, the Liaoning, or its second, the Shandong. Let's just break this down for you. The Fujian is designed and built by China's State Shipbuilding Corporation, with technology rivaling America's latest and most advanced carriers. It is the first Chinese carrier equipped with electromagnetic catapults, a revolutionary launch system that replaces traditional steam catapults. This system allows aircraft to take off with less stress on the frame and makes it possible to launch both light and heavy planes with remarkable precision. Experts say the Fujian could become the operational blueprint for all of China's future supercarriers. But then there's more than just military pride at play here. The timing of this launch comes as Xi Jinping's sweeping military purge continues, with several top naval and defense officials under investigation or missing from public view. Even the Navy commander and the shipbuilding chief were notably absent from Fujian's commissioning ceremony. Despite internal upheaval, the Fujian's commissioning sends out a clear external message to Taiwan, to the US, and to every nation in the South China Sea. Even before reaching full operational capability, in fact, its mere presence in contested waters alters the strategic equation in a way. And here on GRAVITAS, we have been reporting about how China's naval rise has been rather rapid as well as calculated. The country now has the world's largest navy by ship count, and its ambitions are growing deeper, literally. And that then brings us to China's second maritime breakthrough in a way, a vessel smaller, but perhaps even more futuristic. It's being called a drone carrier. China's state broadcaster aired rare footage of a small carrier-like vessel conducting at-sea tests with an uncrewed helicopter designed for shipboard operations. While much smaller than traditional carriers, this ship basically represents something more strategic, a test bed for integrating drones into China's naval fleet. And according to observers, this vessel's open deck design and compact structure make it ideal for testing different uncrewed aircraft, electronic warfare platforms, and also surveillance drones. It is, in a sense, a floating lab for the next phase of naval warfare. And China's broader drone strategy extends well beyond just the seas. Its aviation industry is experimenting with stealth, flying wing combat drones, electronic warfare UAVs, even drone swarms that could support manned fighters in battle. In fact, analysts are saying Beijing's naval drone developments, including the latest ones, could allow China to deploy surveillance and strike assets deep into the Pacific while keeping human pilots far from harm. And this is where China's two projects, the Fujian and the drone carrier, begin to converge. The Fujian represents traditional power projection, fighter jets, catapults, crude dominance. And the drone carrier, it represents technological evolution, unmanned warfare, autonomy, AI-driven missions. And together, they symbolize a navy that's basically preparing to fight in two dimensions at once, above the waves and across networks. And for Washington, this is a direct challenge. The U.S. has long dominated the Pacific with its carrier strike groups, but Beijing's dual strategy now blends quantity with innovation. From catapult-launched stealth jets to drone-assisted fleets, China is building not just ships, but a new kind of sea power. a power that merges traditional naval might with technological disruption. And in doing so, Beijing is basically signaling one message to the world that the Pacific may no longer be America's alone. From the steel decks of the Fujian to the humming rotors of uncrewed drones, China's ambitions at sea are no longer a distant vision. They are here and they are sailing right into the world's most contested waters. From the steel decks of the Fujian to the humming rotors of uncrewed drones, they are here and they are sending out this message. India is marking the 150th year of Vande Mataram, the country's national song. Vande Mataram singing events held nationwide and are being held nationwide from November 7 to 26, coinciding with Constitution Day. Prime Minister Modi, the President, other leaders paid tributes to the national song, highlighting its enduring message of unity as an event commemorating 150 years of the national song. Prime Minister Modi participated in the singing of the song. The Prime Minister also released a commemorative stamp and coin on the occasion. The program also marks the formal launch of a year-long nationwide commemoration. Speaking about the emotional and cultural power of the national song, Prime Minister Modi said important lines were dropped from it in 1937, and this sowed the seeds of partition. The Prime Minister described it as a timeless force that unites people across regions and generations, adding that the song embodies the strength and resilience of India.
आजादी की लड़ाई में वंदे मातरम की भावना ने पूरे राष्ट्र को प्रकाशित किया था, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य से 1937 में वंदे मातरम के महत्वपूर्ण पदों को, उसकी आत्मा के एक हिस्से को अलग कर दिया गया था। वंदे मातरम को तोड़ दिया गया था, उसके टुकड़े किए गए थे। वंदे मातरम के इस विभाजन ने देश के विभाजन के बीज भी बो दिए थे।
And as the Indian president paid tributes to the composition, she recalled its origins and influence. She described the song as a proclamation of emotional consciousness and unity and urged citizens to preserve its spirit for generations to come. The Union Home Minister, meanwhile, called it the voice of India's soul. He noted that it united the country during the struggle for independence and continues to ignite the eternal flame of nationalism in the hearts of the countrymen. Vande Mataram is an ode to the motherland. It inspired India's freedom movement. The song first appeared in the literary journal as part of Chattopadhyay's novel. Rabindranath Tagore sang it at the 1896 Congress session. In 1950, it was adopted as India's national song. Even after 150 years, the song continues to evoke unity, pride, patriotism among Indians. Shifting focus to China, as it continues to grapple with the demographic crisis, it has rolled out a nationwide push to make marriage easier, faster, and more attractive. Authorities have introduced reforms to encourage couples to marry, including a major rule change that basically allows people to register their marriages anywhere in the country, not just in their hometowns. The new policy, introduced in May this year, aims to make the process more convenient and to turn marriage into a more memorable experience. Since then, cities across China have been competing to attract what is being called as marriage tourists. Local governments have reportedly set up registration offices in rather unusual places, from ancient temples and scenic mountain sites to subway stations, even shopping malls. Some couples are now reportedly exchanging vows in Ming Dynasty-themed temples, while others are choosing breathtaking backdrops near snow-capped mountains over 9,000 feet high. In Shanghai, newlyweds can even collect their marriage certificate at a nightclub after completing their paperwork. Couples said the new policy did not necessarily expedite their plans to get married, but conceded that it has made the process far more convenient. Listen to this.
I think it's not exactly that this government policy has fast-tracked our plans to get married. It has rather made the process of getting married much more convenient.
Chinese officials say the goal is to make weddings feel special, and early signs show it may be working. According to government data, marriages jumped 22.5% in the third quarter of 2025 compared to the same period last year. That is nearly 1.61 million marriages, a rare increase after more than a decade of steady decline. Last year, in fact, the number of marriages had plunged by more than 20% to a record low of 6.1 million. Experts warn that this spike might not last long, especially given that China's overall population continues to shrink. Still, by taking marriage out of government offices and into temples, mountains, music festivals, China hopes to increase the country's birth rate one marriage at a time. In a scene straight out of sci-fi meets Wall Street in a way, Elon Musk danced with a robot moments after securing the world's biggest pay deal, a $1 trillion package approved by Tesla shareholders. The man who wants to colonize Mars has officially become the costliest employee in human history and the first trillionaire of our planet.
The music blared, lights flashed, and there was Elon Musk swaying beside Tesla's humanoid robot, Optimus, celebrating a payday so large it's rewriting the record books. A $1 trillion pay package, tying Musk to Tesla for another decade, has now been approved, ending months of investor debate. The 12-0 pay package is linked to a decade of daring promises and relentless innovation. The package isn't a simple salary, it's stock-based, meaning he'll only cash in if Tesla's market value keeps soaring. But if it does, he becomes the world's first trillionaire, a title never before seen in capitalism's wild climb. Musk has emerged as a lightning rod figure, in part due to his embrace of right-wing politicians, including President Donald Trump.
I think he's fantastic. I think Elon is a fantastic guy.
The Tesla $1 trillion pay package is the latest demonstration of the entrepreneurial billionaire's resonance with investors. Musk, with a net worth of more than $500 billion, is already the world's richest person. Now with $1 trillion, he could literally buy everything money can buy. For example, he can buy every single car sold in the United States this year. He can own 333 super tall skyscrapers. If he wants, he can also buy 2,000 super luxury yachts, which are priced at about $25 million per boat. If he chooses to distribute his wealth, every American can get about $2,900. Interestingly, he can also buy a pack of 12-pack of Coke to each and every 8.2 billion humans on the planet. A $1 trillion deal, a robotic dance, and a man whose wealth can only make ordinary mortal dream of. Bureau Report, WION World is one.